Hi everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech, and in this video we'll be looking at safety and security. Yeah, in this chapter we're going to be talking about the physical safety issues and the electronic safety issues, and of course data security. Okay, now this chapter covers safety. It covers security issues when we're using a computer either at home or at the office. Okay, and looking at this present century we're in, computers have expanded, and it's going to continue to expand. And likewise, the health risk, security risks will also continue to increase. Okay, many of these risks are usually associated with the internet. Okay, by its very nature, it poses a great risk to the younger minds. Okay, unless with a parental guidance and their educations, teachings, they become vigilant. Okay, but not just the young minds, also businesses are also at risk, from numbers of threats, from hacking to farming to viruses. And many of these precautions people and businesses can take are really common sense. Common sense in the sense that they have the knowledge and now they are able to apply that. Okay. But equally, it also requires additional knowledge to know how to protect yourself. Not just common sense, but also what? Additional knowledge, right? To protect yourself from these external attacks, which can come from anywhere in the world. So in this video, we'll be looking at the physical safety. Okay, now what are those physical safety issues? Now, physical safety is a different issue to health risk. You can look it up in chapter 5, right? But why health safety is how to stop people becoming ill or being affected by daily contact with computers. Physical safety is concerned with the dangers that could lead to serious injuries or even loss of life. Some of the more common risk, right, together with these major causes and possible prevention measures are listed in the table. So let's look at them. The first one is electrocution. Yeah, it is a physical issue, right? And what are the causes? Spilling liquids or drinks on electric equipment. Okay, your wires have been exposed, damaged insulators, unsafe electrical equipment. Okay, unsafe electric, for example, wall sockets in the office. So we're not just looking at computers alone, we're looking at those electrical appliances as well, from your inverters, your stabilizers, and those connecting wires for networking and all your wires at home being connected, they can lead to electrocution. You don't spill liquids on electric equipment. Yeah, it can lead to that because they are all fed by electricity. Okay, so what are the prevention measures? Do not allow drinks to be taken into the computer room. Don't take it. I don't do that, so don't do that. Check all wires on a regular basis and renew wires if there's any signs of damaged insulators. These insulators are those what covers the wires inside. So if they are damaged for any reason or is spilled, then you have to probably change the wire or thereabout. So ensure all equipment is checked by a qualified electrician on a regular basis. Don't just go to do it because you have some kind of knowledge. No, let the expert do their job. Okay, if you notice anything, call on the experts and let them do their job. Make use of what we call the residual current breaker to prevent what? Electrocution. Okay, all right, the next one is fire hazard. What we call fire, what are the causes of this fire hazard? Overloaded wall sockets. A socket that can maybe contain such amount of voltage, it has been overloaded with so many electrical appliances. You plug in this, you plug in this onto that socket. That can actually lead to fire hazard, right? um Overheating of computer equipment. due to poor heat dissipation. So if there's overheating of computer equipment, there's no ventilation coming in, it can actually lead to fire hazard. If you expose wires causing a short circuit, it's going to lead to fire hazard. What are the preventions? Increase the number of wall sockets in in your organization, in your offices. Increase the number of it. Don't just get stuck. Everybody's plugging into that socket. No, increase it. Right? Do not use too many extension blocks. This extension is connected to this extension, is connected to this extensions. No, all the extensions are connected to just one. It can cause a fire hazard. Clean out dust accumulations in computers to prevent overheating. One of the reasons why cooling fans are damaged is because of what? Heat, dust accumulation. So you want to prevent it by cleaning your computer. Most people don't even clean their computers. They keep using and using and using. And FYI, please don't use your computers in bed because of where the heat is coming out from. Okay, because obviously if you're using it in bed and you have the filter coming out beneath the motherboard and it's going down to your bed, there is no way it can dissipate. It goes back to the computer, and that could was if it doesn't cause a fire electrocution or if it doesn't cause a fire hazard, it's going to damage your motherboard. Okay, make sure all equipment is fully tested on a regular basis. Make sure. Ensure there's a good room ventilation. Ensure you have ventilation coming into your room. Ventilations could be you open down your windows, there is an AC, there is a fan, but any form of cooling system or ventilation that comes in, ensure it is appropriate. Use a low voltage equipment wherever possible. So you're using a low voltage equipment wherever possible, right? You have to use that. Have a number of fully tested carbon dioxide or dry powder fire extinguisher. Okay, so you can have them by the corner just in case there is a fire hazard. The next one is tripping hazard. We've looked at fire hazard, now we're looking at tripping hazard. Trailing wires on the floor is a good of tripping hazard. If there are wires on the floor, that can cause it. Because obviously when people are walking through, they may step on those wires. Damaged carpets, right, or other flooring. If it's a damaged carpet and there are wires in between, that can actually cause. Okay, or other flooring. How do we prevent that? Use cable dust to make the wire safe. Yeah. Cover exposed wires and hide wires under decks away from general thoroughfare. Now, all you're doing is you're covering the exposed wires, you are hiding them under decks. So probably you could just put the wires under decks and don't just leave them. You could use wireless connectivity where as possible. Sometimes one of the best ways is, now that's the whole essence of having what we call a wireless computer system. Because obviously you could have a desktop, a keyboard, a mouse, all of them are wirelessly connected to what we call the system unit. To use wireless connectivity wherever possible, therefore eliminating the need for trailing cables. Okay, how about personal injuries? Let's talk about personal injuries. We look at heavy equipment unstable or falling from desks. Yeah, for those people using desktop computers or heavy appliances, please ensure they are placed properly on the desk, because if they fall on your leg or fall on you, it can cause injuries. Okay, decks collapsing under weight, decks not designed to take the weight. Another thing I've noticed in office workspace is most of the decks that you are using to work are not strong enough to carry the capacity of the electrical appliances that are meant to be on that desk. So then that becomes a problem. And then again, what are the preventions? The preventions could be use decks that is strong enough to take the weight of the computer equipment. Use large desks, right? Tables, so that hardware is not too close to the edge where it could fall off. Because obviously you're managing space, and there is a system in it at the edge. Sometimes when you're working, you might not even know, you might even hit on it, and that can actually fall. So you want to use a large desk and table so that the hardware are not too close to the edge where it could fall off. And with this, we have come to the end of the physical safety. It is important we started with knowing the difference between what we call the physical safety and health safety, right? When we talk about health safety, talks about stopping people from becoming ill or you affecting daily conduct with the computer. But when we talk about the physical safety, we talked about the damage that could lead to serious injuries. We talked about electrocutions, the causes and preventions. We talked about fire hazard, trailing hazard, and of course we talked about your personal injuries. So please do what to like this video, and please watch it. If you have any questions, put it on the chat and we can be able to talk about it. Okay, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more in-depth teaching on IGCSE ICT, both the practical and the theory. Bye.